Buying a home is a project that is full of paperwork. Owning a home, even more paperwork. And the question becomes, how do you keep track of all those things? How do you schedule the maintenance? How do you find warranties and guarantees and deeds and other goodies? That can be a tremendous challenge. For most of us, it's a big drawer full of junk. Doesn't need to be that way. It can be a lot better. It can all be done digital, automatically, easily retrievable with our friends at DeedBin. Brian Patten from DeedBin is here with us to help us better understand how you can have all of your things organized so you can find what you want when you need it to maximize your time and dollar value for the things that you're doing. Brian, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mr. Conway. Thanks for having me.
Well, I am one of those people. As a company, we're totally digital. Everything lives in the cloud. It's a beautiful thing. As a human, I got stuff piled up all over the place. Warranties, guarantees, receipts, everything.
Right.
Help me understand how DeedBin is going to simplify my life.
Well, that's why we created DeedBin. I started with a need for me. My wife and I recently built a house, and I've got a big drawer full of documents, deed, contract, floor plans, all that stuff, and I'm just tired of looking at it. And I looked for a solution where there's an easy, clean way to store it, and thus came DeedBin. So I felt that there had to be an easier way to do it, and so there it is.
Excellent. So the right time for the consumer ideally is at the time of purchase. So the purchase documents, the closing documents, and all documents and maintenance forevermore lives in that same system.
Absolutely. It's easiest to start with when you're under contract to purchase a property. But just because if you're late to the game, you've owned your house for a couple, 3 years, something like that, it's still not too late. Chances are if you got it saved on a hard drive or on your phone or somewhere, and you can easily access it, upload it to our system, tag it to whatever room or property that you have. You can own multiple or have multiple properties on DeedBin.
Excellent.
And track everything.
So it would work for property manager real well too.
Absolutely. Property managers.
Yep. And real estate investors.
Yep.
That's very valuable. One of the things I learned at HomePro Inspections is it's hard to find where those buyers and sellers are. And who knows where they are is our friends who are the real estate agents.
Right.
What is the value add to the real estate professional by participating with DeedBin so that it all is bringing value to that end user?
That's a great question. So I've spent a lot of time in sales in my prior career, and referrals are key for agents. So what we found is agents can create a DeedBin for me if I'm their customer, excuse me. And that DeedBin will be presented and displayed by my agent. So when I'm under contract to close, the agent will build my DeedBin for me, and I'll forever have their name and contact information among a few other things. So it'll help me help the agent stay fresh in my mind as a DeedBin user.
I got it. So at the closing table, we're creating all these documents and usually walk away with a thing like this.
Yep.
So simultaneously, you are creating the DeedBin. So yeah, I got all that stuff, and you can do whatever you want with it, but it will live digitally, so you can archive it and use it as you need for moving forward.
Exactly. And last year a year and a half ago, we evacuated for a hurricane. And I spent a lot of time gathering documents that I may never need, but I was afraid that if something happened to my property...
You're going to need them real bad in that case.
Right.
Yeah.
So again, at closing and under contract and even in beyond, anything relevant to my property, my taxes, warranties for my TV, load to the system.
You mentioned, Brian, evacuating, and some of us are going to lose homes when we evacuate. How can I get all my personal belongings entered into the DeedBin so I'm in a great position with my insurer when I do come back?
And that's a great question. So I've talked to people in the insurance industry, and a friend of mine said about 10% of property have a contents list. About 100% of the people need to have it. So in DeedBin, you can create your property, as I said, and then you just tag the rooms that you have that are in your property, and then you can explore further and upload. For example, in my living room, we've got a couch, a TV, a recliner. So I just go through there. It's very simple. I'm starting to build my list, and I can go as in-depth as I want to. I can put pictures, warranties, receipts.
I like that.
Or at least just have a bare minimum of content list.
I like that a lot. I'd like to thank Brian Patten from BinDeed for being with us. If you'd like to learn more from my real estate professionals, you can reach out right to me. I'll make the connection for you. We can sit and talk about it. And for the general public, all the information on DeedBin will be available at jacksonvillebuzz.com. Got more great guests coming up. Stay with us.